Welcome everyone. Let's begin our lesson for today by going over the learning goals and success criteria. First, what are we learning? We're learning how to recognize the various ways that a function can be represented. How are we learning it? Through the function representations notes and the function representations assignment. When can we use this information? To practice examining problems from all angles and examine the various ways to solve a problem. How do you know you learned it? By getting a score of 4 on the function representations assignment. Now let's take a look at our agenda for today. We will begin by going over the learning goals and success criteria. While we do that, you'll fill out your Get It Started. Once you've completed your Get It Started, we'll go over it together and answer any questions that you may have. Next, we'll do our weekly raffle. After that, we'll go over the function representations notes, and then I'll give you time to complete the function representations assignment on Desmos. Once you've completed the assignment, we'll go over it together and answer any questions that you may have. At the end of class, we'll go back over our learning goals and success criteria while you fill out your Before You Go. Your only homework for tonight is to continue working on the reasoning with representations of functions study guide and any incomplete assignments that you may have. Let's take a look now at the function representations notes. The notes begin with the learning goals and success criteria. Now, what is a function? A function is a relation in which each element of the domain is paired with exactly one element of the range. So that means that for every x, there's exactly one y that matches with that x value. If there is more than one y to match up with an x, then it is not a function. So let's look at some examples here. So we have a bunch of dots here. We have tables, we have equations. We can see it in various different ways. But if we notice here, there's an x value here at x equals negative 4, and y is negative 3. There's no other y value that matches with it. Same thing with all of these. Here we have a straight line. I can pick any x value, and there's only one y that matches it. Here, again, same thing. Now, non-functions look something like this. So notice, if I pick an x value like x equals 0, so when x is 0, y is this one, it's this one, and it's this one. So there's 3 different y values that match up. That doesn't work. Same thing here. If we look here at this x value right here, there's 2 values there for y that make it true. So that doesn't work. Same thing here. If I pick x equals 0 here and here, there is 2 points. So again, not a function. Now, can we represent a function verbally? Well, functions can be represented in many different ways. Here, the first one is symbolic representation. An example of that would be f of 3 equals 7. So what we're saying is when x is 3, y is 7. We can write it as a mapping. So we could say 3 is mapped to 7, meaning that when we plug 3 in for x, we get 7. We can do it graphically. So the point 3, 7 belongs to the graph of function f. So we could say it that way. We could say it as an image. So 7 is the image of 3, meaning 7 is the result when we plug 3 in. So it's just the backwards way of saying the mapping. We can also do it visually. So we could do it graphically. So we could have a point here, 3, 7, on the graph. Or we could do a mapping diagram that looks like this, where we have 3 being mapped to 7 by an arrow. Let's talk now about how to sign in to Desmos to complete your work. So what we're going to do is you're going to click on the link to go to the assignment, and it should take you to a page that looks kind of like this. And right here where it says sign in with Google, we're going to click there. It's going to pop up with our email accounts. You're going to click on your school email account, and it should already have you logged in because you should have already been logged in using Google Classroom. From there, I'm just going to click Start the Activity, and it will take me into the assignment and allow me to begin. So that's how you will log in to Desmos using Google. Let's take a look now at the function representations assignment. The assignment begins with the learning goals and success criteria. If we scroll down, there's a link here to take us to the Desmos activity. Go ahead and click on that link, and it should take you to a page that looks like this. We'll go ahead and click Start the Activity. The activity begins with the learning goals and success criteria. We'll go ahead and click Next. Now for this one, we're going to match up the things that go together. So for instance, it says 5 is the image of negative 2. Well, which things go with that? Well, right here it says a function g maps negative 2 to 5. So we're going to click on that and drag it. until we see the blue halo around it and we let it go. Those two go together. Then we're going to find another one. It says the point -2, 5 belongs to the graph as well. Well, that's true. That goes with this, so we go ahead and drag that. This one has 0 and 2. That's not it. This one has -2 going to 5, so that's correct as well, so we drag that one as well. So we're going to put all of these together that go together. And then we'll click Next, and then we'll do it again for these questions. So we're just going to find the parts that go together and place them together. And then when you're done with that, you'll go ahead and go back to your Google form and click Next. This will take you to your Before You Go. Go ahead and fill out your Before You Go, and then submit your work on Google Classroom.